seeing us today, Stan, and inviting us into your incredible studio/shop. Do you want to tell us about InkLink?
Well, InkLink is my little working space that I love to be here. And then I'll tell you the meaning of this InkLink, because it got combined with 3 Chinese characters. The first character is the ink that we use, the ink. The second is the chance meeting people through the ink. So then the second character could be a friendship, could be meeting with other people. So I call it's the link with other people. So it become InkLink. Now, if you look at the logo I designed, the INK, ink, of course. And the link is LINK. So that is like 2 ink people linked together. So the way I designed the logo is I put the ink in lowercase, INK, have a capital L. So that means like 2 ink people will link together. That means through people appreciate art or artists themselves, that I like to meet them in my studio. And it works really well.
Wow, that's really thoughtful, because you're based here in the left bank, which is just off Cuba Street. So do you get a lot of people coming here to your studio?
Yes. A lot of people coming this way. Now, the good thing is I'm in left bank, slightly off Cuban Mall. If I actually in Cuban Mall, then everyone come in, then I couldn't work. So just great, just a little bit cut away, not too far away. And if people want to come in, most welcome to come in to see it. So yeah, I meet almost every day, constantly with people.
Well, it's an incredible space. So do you also teach students, or people can come in?
I teach here, being my studio, so it become like my studio and also your studio. Because I have people book me for private time, one-to-one, as well as I have my group every Sunday. I got adults and children. I teach them the Asian brush paintings, as well as paintings of watercolor, drawings of pencil, drawings, charcoal, and so on.
So can anybody come in, or how do we sign up to come to one of your classes?
That's so simple. Just come in and see me. You almost can do it straight away in a way, as if that's got space. Yes, they can just walk in, and I have a little brochure about the time, which is on Sunday is the group situation. But other time, provided I'm not sort of go away for running workshop for schools or art center, then very much I will be in my studio, and they can just come in and we can see what we can do.
And how long have you been in this space?
20 years.
20 years?
20 years. Now, not all the 20 years. I have a few years moved back to my home studio, but I returned back. Well, I start in year 2000. I moved away for a few years and returned back here in 2014. And that's now about 6 years ago now.
It looks like you've been here about 60 years. It looks great.
The way is because I love the collecting things.
Yeah,
this things, that's everything. And then it looks like tons of things in the studio.
Yeah, it's just gorgeous to watch it, look at it. It's stunning. And so how long have you lived in New Zealand?
That's year 1972.
1972.
To now. It's all
and what
48
was the Chinese scene like in 1972 when you came here?
Yes, I arrived in Cuba, and fairly quiet. I found it pretty quiet, but that suits me well. I mean, I grew up in Hong Kong. Hong Kong is very, very busy, in my youth time over there. And when I arrived here, I actually came over to see my sister. I got a sister here, and on top of that, my mother was saying, try to find your grandfather's grave. Because my grandfather is not as old as the 150 years ago with the gold mining, not that age, but he came in probably 1930. And but he passed away quite young. I mean, more than 10 years before I born, he passed away. So that means lost a bit of contact with my mother and my grandmother in China. So my mother said, "Oh well, you see if I can find it." So I'm so lucky that I have some senior Chinese friends, and they remember his name, and you are only in Curators Cemetery.
Really?
Yeah. Oh. So that was one of my missions. And then when I arrived here, I just love this the lifestyle of New Zealand. So
if we go back to Hong Kong, so you were born in China, then you moved to Hong Kong, and that's where you learnt to paint. Do you want to talk about that?
That's right. Yes, I'm so fortunate that my art teacher and my father are very good friends. So that means from very young age, when I love art, and I got to thank my teacher very much, as well as my father. Be so brave to let me be an artist. But he let me be an artist, so he actually helped me to meet my art teacher. He's so good. I treat him just like my father figure. And I was very young, about 10 or even a bit younger. I followed him many, many years, and he taught me a lot that because he paint Asian style as well as European style. So that means from young, pencil drawings, charcoal, watercolor, and oil, as well as my brush paintings and calligraphy. So, and he is the, I would say, the third generation of the Lingnan style, of the Chinese painting style, Lingnan style. Yeah. So I'm following that footstep. So some of my Chinese paintings, I follow that Lingnan style. That's how we do it.
Because you've got lots of different mediums that you use as well, don't you? So you do watercolor,
Yeah.
you do oils as well.
I do oil, yes.
And ink.
And ink, acrylic. I sort of all mediums. I enjoy it.
Yeah.
But lately, I do quite a lot of these brush paintings.
Yeah.
They're using, because I run a workshop for schools and for college, university, or art center, and teach them how to paint, how to draw.
Oh, how amazing. And actually, you just said you also do opera. You're an opera singer? So where did you learn to sing
Well, that
opera?
is actually another story of that, because when I was young in Hong Kong, I'm working as a freelancing designer. I was a designer of those days, of young. And then because I'm freelancing, so my time is freer. And those days, I two things in my life I love is the Chinese opera and painting and drawings. So these two things are both, I'm so glad that in Hong Kong, I have able to join in with some big company. Of course, I'm not a big star. I'm just the one standing around and doing it. But I love it. That is, give me the start. And then give me a chance to see all those great stars, how they act, how they perform. And I just fell in love with it. So I still doing that in Hong Kong those days. But when I left Hong Kong in 1972, I thought that that's it, finished. But now we still have a group in Wellington, a group of about 10 people, or maybe more there. And we perform in Lower Hutt Little Theatre. It's a great little space there for us. And we always do it in the Chinese New Year Festival as well.
Oh, awesome.
And maybe it's a very short one, you know. It's, yeah.
Oh, well, hopefully I'll see you at that next year. I look forward to it. And then, so you know how you teach people to paint and draw. Do you think anybody can paint?
I'm sure everybody can paint. I always believe we're all artists inside. And we all can do it. Remember when you're young, you always want to draw something. Only that when you grow up, you've got some other subject to more interest, and you want to follow your dream. So somebody will drop the art, but I'm the odd one. Keep it going. So yeah.
Thank you so much. That's wonderful. Thank you,
Good.
Stan.
Okay. Thank you for coming. Yeah.
Awesome.